All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the second fight on tonight's card. Fighting out of the red corner, ripped and ready to go after a great preparation. He wears the red trunks with the white piping. He weighed in at 66.7 kilos at the official weigh-in from Nuxu Gym, where he's looked after by Boy Pramarie. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Smith. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent standing and waiting in the blue corner. He's wearing the black trunks with the red-green piping. At the official weigh-in, he tipped the scales at 66.7 kilos, the same weight. From the team at Eastside Boxing Gym, under the watchful eye and guidance of Frank Pianto, I give you Jacob Duffy. Ladies and gentlemen, this welterweight contest bout will be scheduled for 4 by 3-minute rounds. Your referee in charge, the third man in the ring, Mr. Tony Kettlewell.
Adam, you right?
The first professional fight of the evening here, Nathan. Nathan DiCarlo joining me, Kylie Meehan here. Live in the sugar capital of Australia, Mackay here in Queensland. I'm very excited to watch this fight between Jacob Duffy and Matt Smith. I know Jacob Duffy would have been trained well by Frank Pianta. Matt Smith looks a little bit cold to me, Nate. He looks like he hasn't warmed up enough, and that's always a worrying sign for me when the fighter comes out and he doesn't seem to have a sweat happening.
Yeah, and very upright as well. He's a big target at the moment for Jacob Duffy, who's coming forward with these punches. So I'd like to see him crouch down that little bit more, you know, shrink the target space.
Yep. I asked Matt Smith last night at the weigh-in, what is the crowd going to see tomorrow? He said, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. I mean, no doubt it's a nervous encounter for both fighters, just young in their professional career, fighting in front of a big crowd here. You know, it's quite a big occasion for Mackay boxing here tonight. So no doubt these boys are going to be feeling the nerves, and as the fight goes on, these nerves will disappear, as you know now. Yeah,
definitely. You can already see Jacob Duffy's obviously the more comfortable out of the two. He's very poised in his stance, and he looks a lot more comfortable in there as compared to Matt Smith. So will that be the telling factor tonight? We'll soon see.
Matt's corner seems to be happy with what they're seeing so far here in this first round. It's quite obvious that Duffy's a shorter guy who needs to get in. Matt Smith is the taller guy who needs to keep him out, land that jab, establish that jab, and then look to land that left hand from the southpaw stance. As we just saw there.
It's important, obviously, for Duffy to stay outside that lead foot. He is fighting a southpaw opponent, so obviously that left hand straight down the barrel is the big problem. So staying outside keeping his lead foot outside of Smith's lead foot will be a good way of keeping out of harm's way. It's a good exhibition there. Just missing the mark, though, from Duffy.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing here. Sorry to cut you off, but you can see Duffy trying to come in, and he's not just walking in. He's trying to come in with his double jab and land some shots. Matt Smith, on the other hand, he's having some success when he can keep his opponent at bay.
Go. Get him up, okay? Box.
Referee just establishing that he is the boss here tonight, telling the fighters to keep the punches up.
And I like what you said earlier, Carly. He comes in with a double jab, and that's true. You can always counter a single jab, as you know, Carly. You can't counter a double jab because you're forcing your opponent to go backwards with that second punch.
Yep.
And here's Matt Smith having probably his best part of the round here. A couple of uppercuts he's caught Jacob Duffy with.
You don't usually see the taller fighter having the success as the in-fighter. We just saw a little bit there from Matt Smith, obviously one of the best.
to work, Duffy, in the clinches. He's trying to always free one hand to whack away at his opponent, never giving him a spare minute to breathe.
Stay there, stay there. Box.
Round 2.
Duffy, once again, back on the double jab to start proceedings here in round 2 of 4. It's a 4 by 3 minute contest.
We mentioned Maves Duffy's double jab coming in. It's effective, it's good, it's nice to see, it's educated. That's what fighters need to do. As the shorter fighter, I'd like to see him start throwing some body shots and some hooks.
And that was a good right hand that landed from Jacob Duffy. The best of the fight so far. And here he is trying to double it up. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's going for it again.
He is, he's going. And Matt Smith is looking confident too. He looks like, you know, he knows he's in a fight. But he seems like a confident fighter. He's got to let his hands go though, because to me, Jacob Duffy is outworking him. He's outworking him in these little exchanges. Every time they exchange, Duffy seems to be the busier fighter. As what's written on the back of his shorts, he is being the problem in these close exchanges. This is where Matt Smith needs to work. This is where he needs to keep him at bay, double up the jab and follow with that straight left hand. He's got a nice straight left hand.
Yeah, for once he was on the front foot, but he once again didn't let his hands go as much as he should have. And here comes Jacob Duffy straight back on the right hand and catches him big time.
He got him good. It was a nice shot. You can see the coach, Frank Pianta, is telling him to just open up left, right, left, right, left, right. That's what he wants to see Jacob Duffy do, and we'll see if he does it right now. His coach is...
That would be game over. That is a big right hand to finish this fight. And I think the damage was done, Carly, in the knockdown before.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, Jacob Duffy came here, he will learn as a fighter to, you know, as the shorter fighter, to use the body shots, to come to the body over the top. He'll learn all that. But in the meantime, he's bringing the fight to his opponent, and that was good to see. He landed that nice shot. Here it was, we can see, I think that was the first one he landed. A little tiny bit of a delayed reaction. There's that right hand. I think that was the second one.
That was the second knockdown. And the riding one was on the wall at that stage.
And by that stage there, our referee, rightfully so, had seen it.
We have, obviously, a decision. Put your hands together for both boys. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute 41 into the second round. The referee stopped the fight in favour of the blue corner, Jacob Duffy.